Hey, what's up, guys? So I know this video is taking a while to get out there, but I mean, in a way, probably a good thing because the whole purpose of the video is to tell you guys what I have found so far using the HRF Skiff on my duty rifle. So I've had this on there since that last video I made, obviously. It has been with me in my patrol car every single day, whether I'm on duty or off duty. I drive my car a lot, and it's in there bumping around along with me. On top of that, it's been on numerous operations. It has been with me every day of training, all of our multiple trainings that we have every month for SWAT. And so it's definitely been fielded. It's been tested. I would like to see some additional time with it before I say 100% good to go. But everything I've experienced so far, it's solid. The day I made that video for you guys, I went through, fixed the stick, torqued everything, got everything to spec, immediately witness marked everything, and those are the original witness marks that are still on there. Also, clear rifle, no mag. Those witness marks are the same exact ones that were on there from day one. I don't know if you can really see them or not. I'll do my best to try to get an angle here to where you might be able to pick it up. But where the main mount attaches to the Unity mount, I did witness mark that. It's still in the exact same spot. There's also witness marks on the D-ball mount as well, where it directly attaches, and those are still in the same spot as well. Zero issues with holding zero as far as the actual laser itself. I have not re-zeroed it since that first day. So again, there's not a lot to report back, guys. It does what it says it's going to do, or at least this model. There's two other models out there that work off of Picatinny, and I don't have any experience with those, but I would take a guess and say they're just as solid as this one. In fact, if there's anything, there's more failure points with this mount in light of the fact that the screws could technically come loose from the D-ball direct mount. But yeah, it's been a solid mount. I really like it. Like I said, I was listening to you guys' comments and questions and everything. So if I didn't respond, I apologize in the comments section. Just know that I will typically touch on them in here no matter what. In fact, so much so that a couple of you guys came and brought some stuff to my attention about Surefire, my RC2. They were saying that the War Comp that I was running is not the most ideal muzzle device for running a suppressed platform. So I did immediately after that video do some research over the next couple of days, about a week or so, and found a lot of other stuff out there on the internet to support what you guys were saying was true. Not to say I didn't believe you, but I'm going to do my own research, you know what I mean? So I switched out immediately. I have a couple 3-prongs and 4-prongs laying around. So I went ahead and switched out immediately to a 3-prong, and I've been running that ever since. Did I really notice a huge difference? I mean, not really, but I'm going to take a guess and say that if I was getting a little bit of suppression loss as well as any type of difference in back pressure, I'm sure it was there. I just didn't really notice it. So like I said, I was paying attention to you guys in the comment section, whether I was responding or not. So I apologize if I didn't get back with you in there. But this video will probably touch on and cover anything that you might have asked or said or anything like that. A couple other things I've done to the rifle since that video, nothing major, but just some things I did. I did add an irregular defense cheek riser, which I really like so far. I wish that it locked in place a little bit better. Once you kind of get it on where you want it, it will slide forward and backwards a little bit, which can be a good or bad thing, I guess, depending on your perception on it. For me, if I get into a spot, I kind of like it to stay there, but worst case scenario, if while I'm getting in and out of the cruiser, if it slides around on me, I'll just put it back where it goes. But run that. It's fantastic. It just gives you a little bit better cheek wield with the rifle, obviously. But for me, I do find myself shooting a little bit more stable because I don't have to work as hard as getting the rifle to where I need it to be to line up with the taller mount. Obviously, these taller mounts really are only beneficial for whenever it is a little bit more heads up, but for me, it's more beneficial for when I'm running a gas mask and things like that. So whenever that time comes that I need to, all I have to do is pop off the cheek riser, put that somewhere for the time being, and then I have my correct cheek wield height with the gas mask on. So definitely a cool product, especially for the price. You're not going to pay much for them. I also added a Kagwerks sling. I saw this sling come out, wanted to try it out. It's been solid so far. I've had it for, I don't know, a couple months or so. Really like the design. The slider is really smooth like they advertise. It's kind of cool. They put the QDs already on there, so you don't have to worry about buying those separately. The bungee, honestly, I don't know if I've noticed any benefits to it yet, but the one that I haven't noticed is any disadvantages to it. Most slings with a bungee system like this, you're going to find that they kind of suck. It lets the rifle become super uncontrollable whenever you're having in a sling position. it's bouncing around a lot. It'll hit different parts of your kit and body and stuff like that. It's not comfortable. This one does not do that with this type of bungee system. It's a very firm, high tension bungee, so you don't get that a lot. So again, not super advantageous, but not really a huge disadvantage either. One thing I do like is, and I never thought I would like it, is the QD that they put on here. I never thought I really liked this feature, but this one's actually like you have to purposely hit it. You really have to actually get in there to hit the buttons to release it. And the reason why I like it is because there's been several times where like my sling will get hung up on kit or something in the Bearcat or whatever it may be, and you're asking your buddy, hey, man, can you grab this, grab that, whatever. Now I can just reach behind, grab this, get the rifle off me, fix what I need to fix, click it back into place, I'm back in business. So I actually like that feature a lot. It's pretty cool. And like I said, I haven't had it fail on me yet. So if it fails for some reason in the future, then at that point we'll deal with that. But so far it's been rock solid. So again, yeah, like I said, the main purpose of this video, Skiff, it's been good, man. There's nothing bad to say. If you guys are on the fence about buying one, I would recommend it. Again, I haven't had any issues, so I don't foresee any of you guys having issues. It does lock you in to obviously the aim point into the Unity mount, but that's obviously the purpose of it because that's probably what you're running anyway. Something that I'm going to be doing another video on, hopefully fast. Well, I guess not necessarily quicker because again, I want to make sure I get time with it and before I, make a video and try to say whether it's good or bad. But with that being said, something I've noticed, one from the actual critical incident I was involved in, and then also from just training, whenever I'm out with the team and we do different things, I have found that no matter how much I train, I tend to have a weakness in height over bore. For me, just having an aim point with a red dot, as much as I train, whenever I start shooting different distances from, let's just say 5 yards out to whatever it may be, like where is my actual holdover? And I'm not just talking about hitting like an IDPA target or something. I'm talking about like an actual headshot, hostage shot type situation where the height over bore is crucial within inches. While that may not be a huge deal for a lot of you guys out there, if you're in a law enforcement capacity or military capacity, it is. I was involved in a critical incident. Me and another SWAT guy, we were held up on a door frame for a hostage situation for a decent amount of time. We traded off back and forth, making sure that we kept constant coverage, lethal coverage on him. But for when the time came and we finally got that shot, we didn't want a fatigued guy making that shot. So we traded back and forth, and I remember thinking the whole entire time I was just constantly watching him but gauging that distance and trying to make sure I knew I had my height over bore correct. Because we were dealing with literally inches. He was barely giving us any of his face throughout that incident. And so that was a pretty nerve-wracking thing. The guy who actually ended up getting the command to take the shot was my buddy while he was on the door frame. And he took that shot with an EOTech. And he talked about afterward how beneficial it was having that lower hash mark. Because he knew whenever he trains that pretty much almost all of his holdovers, or height over bore holdovers, I should say, he uses that lower hash mark, and he absolutely loves EOTech for that reason. So that's really got me driven to want to make the switch. So had EOTechs for a while. I just never have actually used them in a actual duty environment. I've just always messed around with them in my free time. And so I'm making that jump. I'm going to jump over to EOTech, and I'm going to try these things out for a while. This one I've had for at least 2 or 3 years now, and it's been a solid unit in the time that I do run it. Like I said, more in a casual way, but we're going to put it out in the actual duty field now and find out. However, though, I do love my dive board. I like that my laser is closer to the center line of the rifle. Because if you guys have these lasers out on the end and you get a can and a weapon light and everything else, next thing you know, front of that gun gets really heavy if you're actually having to hold it out. It's not heavy at the range, but like when you're on an operation and you're holding a certain area, it gets heavy. So I like being able to keep that laser center line, which kind of balances that weight out a little bit better. So something I looked into, I looked at like double back-to-back Unity mounts and all that good stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. If that's the route you decide to go, cool. I just want to try something different. It's kind of how I usually like to do things. So Jaeger Works released these mounts a while back, and so I finally picked one up, which is essentially the A1 riser. So it's just that piece right there. Hopefully that's coming in clear. And then I added the D-Ball Direct dive board. So this is 2 pieces. I just went ahead and already screwed it together, and I'll get to that here in a second. But this one again will be the same exact height as the Unity for the T2, also the Unity for the EOTech. So whenever I run this on there, I'll still be able to run my EOTech magnifier setup, or excuse me, Unity EOTech magnifier setup at the 2.25 height. So this will still function with this perfectly fine. The thing I liked about this was, again, just the one-piece design. It reminds me of the HRF Skiff, so that's kind of what drew me into it. I didn't make a jump on it right away. They actually said they were going to release it, and then it didn't release for a little while, and then they said they were going to have an option where you could add a magnifier mount on the back. Now that's not there, or at least I don't think it is. I don't think this is made for that attachment. I could be wrong, but it doesn't look like it is. Either way, though, I didn't want that. This is what I wanted right here, and so I went ahead and picked one up. I don't really have, obviously, a lot to say about it yet, other than I will say one downside to it right out of the gate is that I bought it. It came in this box right here. It's got the A1 optic mount. This is the 0.625 height. There's two different heights. I think it's 0.625 and maybe 0.825. Obviously, this one's made for the EXPS line, so the line that has the QD in the higher mounting platform. The other one is made for the standard screw mount XPS line, and it will still raise it to the exact same 2.25 height. So something to keep in mind there. But all it came with was screws, a couple wrenches, and a sticker. No instructions, which I don't really care about instructions. I care about torque specs. And it had no torque specs with it. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. So you got 3 torque specs you're dealing with here. You've got the torque spec for the screw that mounts the actual die board to the riser. You're dealing with the D-ball direct mount screws, and then you are dealing with the actual screws that mount to the rail surface of the rifle. And they didn't have any of those. Nothing was listed. I went on their website. I didn't see any PDFs with instructions. I couldn't find anything. So I finally emailed them, and luckily they emailed me back like a day later, and they got me those torque specs. So good on them for that. But I guess my thing would be, why not just, add that in the box, at least on a piece of paper, or maybe make an instruction book for guys who don't feel comfortable not putting something together without instructions. So yeah, that'd be my only negative about it so far. Other than that, I mean, it seems to be really well made. I don't have anything bad to say, so we're just gonna find out over time. I do have a couple extra rifles that I'll be running like in the meantime while I'm testing this. I'm not just gonna put this out in the field and hope it works. So yeah, we'll be checking those out, but I'll make another video for sure about this setup with the EOTech at some point. I don't know when. Like I said, I definitely want to get some time in with it before I try to come back on here and provide you guys with any feedback. But this should basically be the same exact setup I kind of have now. Sorry about that. Dogs are going crazy. This should be the same exact setup I have basically now, just switching over to the EOTech side. So looking forward to this. Hopefully that'll help with some of my height over bore issues. Other than that, though, man, like I said, guys, I greatly appreciate the feedback and all the comments and the questions. And man, new subscribers, like tons of people subscribed to my page or channel after this video, which is really, really awesome. If you guys look me up too on Instagram, it's I believe it's J_Lee 2011. But I'll add that in the because I always forget like the little underscore as far as how many I added my own name and stuff. But I'll add that in the comments section of this video. You guys can follow me on Instagram. I post some stuff on there too. I'm gonna be making some videos in the future, probably more on stuff like this, but I'll have some precision stuff as well. I'm a sniper on our SWAT team as well, so I got quite a few new things there that I've been messing around with. I got the new Vortex Impact laser rangefinder, on gun laser rangefinder. I've been putting some time in with that, so I can probably get a video out there giving you guys some feedback on what I think of it so far. And I'm going to be doing probably several videos on some pistol optic stuff, mainly because I'm an instructor for our department, and I feel like I can maybe provide you guys some good information if you're transitioning over to red dots, or if maybe you're trying to figure out what red dot you may want. But yeah, we can maybe look at some stuff like that as well. I've got some of the newer optics coming, and I've also got most of the optics that are on the market now currently, and I've got quite a few rounds through each one to be able to provide you guys some input on that. So look forward to some more videos if you guys are liking this. It kind of seems like you are, which blows my mind, but man, this is like my stuff. I love this. It's what I do for work, and so I'm going to keep making these videos until you guys stop watching them. So if there's anything out there that like you guys in this type of area would like to see, maybe I already have it, or I may just buy it and I'll test it for you guys because that's what I like to do. So none of this stuff's given to me. I wish I had that level, but I don't. All this stuff I buy out of my own pocket, and I like trying it out. And if it don't work, it doesn't work. I have no emotional attachment to this stuff, man. If it sucks, it sucks. So like I said, you'll get honest feedback from me at all times on stuff like this. And again, definitely drop comments and feedback. Like I said, on the muzzle device, you guys saw me pay attention on that. Change that out after you guys pointed that out. I'll definitely answer any questions I can. Again, it's just a matter of I may not get back on it right away. I work a lot, but I will do my best to making sure I'm checking out all the comments and getting back with you guys. All right, man, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time we get down with one of these videos.